And product interviews are very confusing for someone that's new to the industry, someone that has never really seen what a product management interview is about. So here are like the 4 different types of interviews. There is like a screening interview. That's basically get to know your background, your fit, like, hey, is this the right person for the role? And generally this is done by like a hiring manager or like a smaller company hiring manager, or it's done by like a recruiter if you're working with big companies, like HR, screening out the right people. And then from there, you're gonna get these specific product interview types. You have one called product sense or product intuition, or I call this like product craft, understanding whether if you have the craft and you have the right, the skill sets in here. And then on top of interview is called product strategy. Sometimes it might be named as like product analytical or product execution. But what is really testing you is your strategic mindset. Do you prioritize value, effort, and decide what's prioritization? How do you scope out a product? But more importantly, it's about the strategy, product strategy. And then there's also another one about leadership and culture. And generally, these are like the behavioral questions that you see. Very common ones like, hey, tell me about time when you say no to someone. Tell me about time when you didn't see eye to eye with the engineer in your team or with your manager. How do you handle it? And the way to answer those is like, you got to find a benchmark and then you're going to anchor your answer to that benchmark. So that's the design thinking consulting questions. And that's basically it. In my 18 years of like interviewing people, getting interviewed, applying for jobs, getting rejected, getting accepted, these are the 4 questions that doesn't really change too much. What it does change is the format. Sometimes it's done like a workshop format. People will say, hey, can you build me a product for Facebook to do like gardening? Great, you got to do it as a workshop. Sometimes the format could be like a take-home task, which is like, hey, here's a problem with this company, take it home and you can figure it out. Or you can have a conversation about it, just a normal interview 1-on-1. And then you have like a mixed, which is you get a workshop, you get the conversations. And I've also done it over a game of table tennis too. Someone's played table tennis with me and we're just like answering the questions. So all these formats, they come and go. Here is an example of like what I've done for Meta when I was interviewing here in the US. So, they asked me a question like, build a product for volunteering. And I've got to like figure out, okay, cool, how will we do it? What's the business? What's the customer? What's the product? And I use a bunch of like frameworks to figure this out. So yeah, so ultimately, these type of questions, they don't really change too much. It's really the format that changes.